What is up, guys? I am back with Starcraft, the original. I have beaten Terran, the campaign. I've beaten the Zerg campaign. So we're on to the last campaign of the original. Then we'll go on to the expansion, Brood War, which is my favorite game in the world. It's pretty funny because the difference between Brood War and Starcraft are literally just a couple of units, but those couple of units they added were actually really big to the game, and it's the large area of its course. Like, if you watch its professional gaming and why Starcraft actually lasted as long as it did, maybe it's not as big as what Halo or Call of Duty was, but it was still going pretty big. And it's pretty amazing that these units were actually used quite a bit in Brood War in the competitive levels, and it's kind of what made Brood War last 12 years until StarCraft 2, and still last even now. So we're gonna start the Protoss. I already beat the first mission, but I accidentally deleted my commentary, and I didn't want to do post commentary, so I'm just gonna play it again. I kind of screwed up on it anyways. Protoss campaign, the fall. The Zerg Overmind has succeeded in invading the Protoss homeworld of Ire and has embedded itself into the crust of the planet. Now, as the agents of the sinister Overmind spread chaos and destruction across the face of Ire, the stalwart Protoss defenders prepare themselves for the coming onslaught. First strike.
Entaro Adun, Executor. I am Judicator Aldaris. I have been sent by the Conclave to serve and counsel you. The former Executor, Tassadar, was commanded to halt the Zerg progress in the Terran sector by burning the infested human worlds. Unfortunately, he disregarded his orders and attempted to destroy the Zerg while sparing the Terrans from the flame. Clearly, Tassadar has failed us. You must not. The Conclave has dictated that our first priority is to strengthen our defenses. You must reinforce our outpost in Antioch and make certain that the province does not fall to the Zerg. Your old comrade, Praetor Phoenix, will meet you there and assist you in this endeavor. Okay,
so I have no idea what happened. It's like 11 o'clock here, so so these are the two basic units that you'll be seeing a lot of throughout this campaign: Dragoon and Zealots. You might hear me call it Zealot, but it is not a Zealot, it's a Zealot. Just when I played this for 98, when I was like, that's what, 13 years ago or something like that? Not 13, no, it was about 13 years now. Dang, I was like young. I just learned that I learned it by calling it Zealot, so it's just how I learned it. Oh my gosh. The Dragoons had the stupidest pathing in this game, hands down. They were like big, strong, slow Marines. But anyways, for now, I guess we're fighting the Zerg. Protoss, they work very similar to how Terran worked over what, and that Dragoon's dead. Fail. Zerg was a very different race compared to Terran.
Executor Entaro Adun, it is good to see you once more upon the field of battle.
What do you call it?
I hunger for battle immediately.
Blah 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 blah. Oh, what I was saying was the way
I had intended to construct photon cannons here for defense, but without probes we could not do so.
So I'm gonna get interrupted a lot, but I'm gonna try to get through it. With Terran, you can build anywhere. They weren't restricted like with the creep. Protoss is kind of a mix of this. The Protoss need a pylon power, like what this is. You see this blue area? You can only build within that. But the thing is that while you don't need something as big as a hatchery, which is 300, to build somewhere like over here. You just have to build a pylon, which is only 100 minerals, and pylons are also the supply, which is kind of keeping it. Oh no, I guess not. So pylons are fairly cheap. They're actually pretty bulky too, at 300. And so now we're just gonna build up an army. So like they're very similar. They have buildings for different tiers of units, I guess you would call it. Like the Terran had barracks, and then they had a factory, then a starport. Same with this. They have a gateway, and then a robotics facility, which you can't build, and then they have a Stargate, which all of them, it's air mechanics and all that kind of stuff. But gateways are the thing. Like unlike Terran, where you might see more of a mech units against Protoss, and then like a bio army, which is the barracks units against Zerg. Protoss, they generally do build zealots and dragoons for most of their army. I need another pylon soon. There's no reason to stack pylons. The biggest reason would be is that a smart thing to do is attack the pylons, because once there are no more once there's no power to a building, it dies automatically, and you can build out from it, and it becomes a dead building basically. So now we're going to be building dragoons, some zealots, some dragoons. Zealots get a leg power up that makes them a little faster. Zealots are such bulky guys. They're so good at taking damage, and they deal a lot of damage too themselves. Unlike the two first units of Terran and Zerg, they're not as high DPS, damage per second, as Marines and Zerglings, I don't think, but they do their job well, like. Again, this is another reason I don't like Protoss. I'll just say it out right now. I do not like them at all. I mean, I don't hate them. Like, it's weird. Usually when you hate a race, it's because you hate the units. Like with Zerg, or like with Terran, I don't really like. I don't know. I like all these units. It's kind of weird. Or how would I pick it? I don't know how to describe it. I guess like with Zerg, you might hate that you have to build on creep, or Terran, you might not like the Marines or something. Protoss, I like all their units, but for some odd reason, I just don't like how they play. Maybe I really do think it kind of stems to me just not being good. Like, when you first play this game, Protoss is the hardest to fight, basically. It really is. They're so bulky, they do a lot of damage quickly, and and since sorry, I'm trying to speak a little better. Computers don't really have to abide to what you have to abide to. Like Protoss, it's annoying to have to build all these units. It's annoying to have to build all these pylons so much. Like, I already need another pylon because that's only 2 units. They're expensive, but with when you play against them, they're just so good and they know what to do. Brood War computers, when you play them in regular melee from one base against one base, they rush you. If you can block that rush, you basically won. So let's try. Okay, we're gonna attack now. I'm rambling and I am terrible at speaking right now. I'm trying to get some mini videos out before Saturday because Rapture's coming apparently.
Engage the enemy. Honor guide me.
That was easy enough. Last time I went with a little bit too less of units and I had to rebuild a whole army to beat this.
The warriors have engaged the enemy. No, Executor. Although we two have marched across hundreds of worlds together, I never imagined that we would be fighting on Ire. The Zerg are indeed worthy foes.
Phoenix, please don't compliment them. Okay, so sorry it's been a while, guys. I've been obsessed with Jade Empire. Like, I'm already more than halfway through that game about, and there's still a lot to go on that, but so I'm gonna try to finish this off. I'm gonna try to get a lot done tonight, and I'll render out a lot, and I'll see you guys for the second mission right after this. All right, bye, guys.